proof of loss. What is it? What does it mean? What is a proof of loss? Well, that's what I'm going to explain to you today on the Commercial Claims Show, and we're going to do it right now in 3, 2, 1. What's up, advocates? Welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Claims Show. I am your host, Vince Perri, CEO of Elite Resolutions, a public adjusting firm. Listen up, advocates. Whether you're a public adjuster, contractor, or an attorney, if you have a client that has suffered any kind of catastrophic loss, whether that be by fire or storm or just any catastrophic loss that requires your client to have to move out and incur ALE and loss of use coverage, you need to think about looking at Black Diamond Services. This is an incredible idea for a service that I think is extremely valuable, and I've actually personally used for my clients myself. Basically, what they do is they provide all of the necessary money that is needed to be done for the homeowner to go and move to another place, whether that be a hotel or another home or whatever it is. They basically bill through their insurance policy's loss of use coverage, and basically they provide financial assistance so that the insured never has to incur any out-of-pocket expenses. It's an amazing service. I love the people at Black Diamond Services, especially Millie Varela. If you just contact her and contact Black Diamond Services, I'm telling you, they're going to take care of your clients like you wouldn't believe. I personally have a client who suffered a fire damage and had to use their ALE coverage, and all we did was refer them to Black Diamond. Our clients did not have to come out of pocket a single penny. Black Diamond provided all of the financial money, and they provided the actual location for the homeowner to stay. Amazing service. Contact Black Diamond Services today so you could find out more information for yourself. And let's get right into it. I want to explain to you sort of what a proof of loss is. Now, a proof of loss is basically, it's a legal document, right? It's a legal document that's presented to you to fill out, to provide to the insurance company. And one thing I've realized over my 14-year career as a public adjuster, it is like a make or break thing. It is a very important part of the insurance claims process that you must provide to the insurance company within a certain amount of days. It could be within a certain amount of days from when the insurance claim is filed. It could be a certain amount of days from when the loss occurs. It could be a certain amount of days from when it's requested. There's all kinds of different ways to do it, but I want to sort of simplify these things. I want to sort of explain what a proof of loss is and what are some of the things that need to be in it. So first and foremost, a proof of loss it's in your duties after a loss. So I'm going to read to you one of our claims here, what the duties after the loss are and sort of what's in it. So your duties after a loss are your post-loss obligations. So if you're a homeowner watching the show, basically what that means is there are certain things that you need to do after a claim is filed. Some of those things are, and I'm just reading them right here, some of those things are giving prompt notice to your insurance company. So that's filing the claim fast after a loss occurs. Another thing is making any and all reasonable repairs. Another thing is allowing the insurance company to inspect any reasonable inspections that they have to do. They're just things that you need to do. Documenting the loss, stuff like that, which is why, honestly, if you're a homeowner watching the show, you want to hire a professional. More often than not, it could be a public adjuster, a contractor could help you with repairs and stuff, but you're going to want to at least get some professional advice. But either way, duties after loss, it's in your insurance policy. And if you do not abide by one of these things, they can deny your claim. Whether you have a good claim or not, they can deny your claim. If you're not communicating with the insurance company, and if you're not allowing them to inspect, and you're not in open communication with them, they could just say, you know what, this guy's not helping us, this guy's not working with us, we're going to deny his claim. So it's very important that you follow these duties after the loss. One of the duties after the loss in your insurance policy says that you must provide a proof of loss. Now, again, there's different time limits and stuff for providing these things. I'm not going to get into the semantics of it, but there is if they request a proof of loss, and if you have filed a claim in the past, chances are you've gotten a letter which says, please provide a proof of loss. You have a time limit that you have to provide it. So let me just list what a proof of loss, again, it's a document, okay, that's going to have you fill out these things. Number one, the time and the cause of loss. So with the time that the loss occurs and what was it that caused the loss. Number two, the interest of the insured and any other all properties involved. Mortgage company, basically, any liens or anything like that. They want to know who's on the mortgage of the house. It could be yes or could be none. Any other insurances that are on the policy. Any changes in the title or occupancy of the home. Any specification. All right, specification of damaged buildings and detailed repair estimates. That's what I'm going to get into because that's the most important part. Inventory of damaged personal property. Also going to get into because that's a very important part. Receipts for additional living expenses and evidence or an affidavit that supports the claims. So that's don't really worry about that much. So I think basically what I want you to understand to simplify things is that the proof of loss is a legal document that is basically going to, and let me just read a definition that I found online. It states that the amount of money the policyholder is requesting. Okay. So basically a lot of people call the estimate of repairs, they actually call it a proof of loss. Okay. Sometimes they sort of get intermingled because basically the most important part of the actual proof of loss is the dollar amount that you are claiming. So whatever the insurance company is deciding, you need to provide to the insurance company within a certain amount of days of how much your claim is worth, how much money that your home needs to be put back together again. And usually that's going to require a public adjuster or a contractor or somebody putting an estimate together and then you getting this document filled out with that dollar amount and providing that to the insurance company. Okay. It's very important that you provide this to the insurance company. It's something that many people don't even know what it is. That's why I started the video with what is a proof of loss. It's very important that you provide this to the insurance company. So that document, a lot of times the insurance company, what they will do is upon filing the claim, they will send you a letter, okay, that on one of those pages will be this proof of loss document. It's a very simple document that's just listed all these things that you need to fill out. They're really not that hard to fill out except for the dollar amount. And if you don't have any kind of representation, and if you don't have anybody helping you throughout this process, you're not going to know what to do. And what happens is I come in, let's say a month or two later, this was sent to you upon filing the claim and you didn't know what to do and you never filled it out. And now we've gone beyond the time frame. Now I could find a way to just work it out because obviously you didn't know, but this is why it's very important to hire a professional, because what we do at Elite Resolutions is we try to provide the proof of loss immediately. One of the first things that we do upon signing a claim is we scope it out, we estimate it, and we get a dollar amount of what it's going to cost to do the repairs. Upon getting this dollar amount, we get the proof of loss filled out and we give it to the insured to sign it, and then we provide that to the insurance company. One thing I want to make clear is that a sworn statement, which is what the proof of loss is, doesn't necessarily require you to get it notarized. The insurance company will tell you that we want you to sign and notarize this document. You could combat that and tell them that it's not required to do so. The insurance policy does not state that this statement, that this document needs to be notarized, but I like the path of least resistance. If the insurance company is going to continue to force their hand and say that they want it notarized, then whatever, we'll go get it notarized. So that's sort of like another topic there. The proof of loss, although it doesn't necessarily need to be notarized, sometimes path of least resistance, if you want to go ahead and get it notarized, get it notarized. But the point is that I want to make is that the proof of loss is a very important document. It's a very important document that you must provide. The other advantage to providing a proof of loss is once you provide the proof of loss, it actually, in most states, puts the insurance company on an additional time limit, right? So in Florida, once the proof of loss is submitted, they have 30 days to come up with their coverage decision. So it's a good way if you get this provided to the insurance company immediately of what you think your estimate of repairs are. Now it puts them on a shorter time limit. For example, in Florida, an insurance company has 90 days to pay a claim. However, once you have provided this proof of loss, if you provide it immediately, it kind of cuts their time to 30 days. So this is another way to sort of fast track your claim and get it paid faster. The point is that it's a very important document that I wanted to just sort of give you a slight little education on so that you're aware of it, okay? If you have an open claim at the moment, if you're a public adjuster and you're not sure about this proof of loss document, this is something new to you, speak to an attorney because it is a legal document, and make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. And my advice to any contractor, not a contractor, but any public adjuster or homeowner is try to get this estimate and proof of loss submitted to the insurance company immediately. That would be my best tip, my best advice. Some insurance policies say we don't want your proof of loss unless we request it. However, I am going to probably step over some boundaries here and say I think it's better to provide it immediately. Now, they can reject your proof of loss. Do not be alarmed. If you get a letter and your public adjuster, let's say, submitted this proof of loss and now there's a POL rejection letter, that's okay. The point is you submitted it. The rejection letter just means we don't agree with the amount that you've claimed. We're still putting our estimate together. That's perfectly fine. You've at least already abided by your duties after loss, post-loss obligations, which says you must submit that proof of loss within a certain amount of time. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Let them reject it. That's okay. It's better to just sort of submit it immediately. So that's it. That's like kind of in a nutshell. I didn't want to get to what I'm going to do is I am going to leave a copy of a proof of loss document in the description below so you can take a look at it and see what it is. We went over here in the video of everything that needs to be included in that proof of loss. I think we went over everything I kind of wanted to go over with that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. I will be happy to answer those questions. You could send me a direct message on social media. I'm pretty active on responding to people on Instagram and LinkedIn as well, and Facebook. So go ahead and send me a message if you have any questions about the proof of loss, but definitely want to leave a copy of a proof of loss here in the description and just, hit me up if you have any questions. That's all we got, guys. Proof of loss, super, super, super important document that you got to get in there as soon as possible. My name is Vince Perri. I am the commercial claims advocate. My company is Elite Resolutions, but if you want to go, if you're a public adjuster watching this, go on commercialclaimsadvocate.com. Make sure you subscribe. This is everybody, policyholders and everybody. Subscribe below. We've got weekly videos coming out all the time. But if you go on commercialclaimsadvocate.com and you're a public adjuster just getting into the industry, we've got this book that we sell that you could purchase. Really great book. Spend a lot of time to put together. We've got an online course that you can purchase. We've got a quarterly intensive claims, basically like claims 101 workshop where we go through the entire claims process from beginning to end. We've got meetups. Advocates United is what it's called, where we get advocates from contractors, policyholders, attorneys, public adjusters, and everybody in this industry. We get together. We have some really great speakers and provide some valuable information, and we do them not only all over Florida, but all over the country as well. And then if you're a policyholder looking for some more advice, or you're a public adjuster looking for a good firm to work for, you can go to eliteresolutions.com. You could submit an application, and there's also a lot of good information in there as well. So that's what we got, guys. That was our week's show. I hope you got something out of it. Proof of loss, super important document. Make sure you are aware of this thing, because if you do not provide it within a reasonable amount of time or whatever time that is requested, it could be a claim killer. So keep that in mind. Have a great week, guys. Hit me up if you need anything. See you later.